Let's talk about type 2 diabetes, and the story we've all heard. Sugar is the villain. It's everywhere. Headlines, health campaigns, conversations. The logic seems simple. Eat sugar, spike blood sugar, get diabetes. But medicine is rarely that straightforward. What if sugar isn't the mastermind, but just a co-conspirator? Yes, too much added sugar is harmful, but focusing only on sugar misses the bigger picture. Why do some people eat sugar and never get diabetes, while others do everything right and still get it? The answer isn't just about willpower or sugar grams, it's about the complex machinery inside us. We're going to dig deeper: insulin resistance, inflammation, and the role of fat where it doesn't belong. Let's move beyond blame and look at what science really says about the roots of type 2 diabetes. Ready to see the bigger picture? Let's get started. Before we go further, let's take a moment to really understand what type 2 diabetes is, beyond just the name or what you may have heard in passing. So, what is type 2 diabetes exactly? It's a condition that affects millions of people worldwide, but it's often misunderstood. At its core, type 2 diabetes is a problem with how your body uses energy from the food you eat. It's not just about sugar, it's about how your body manages fuel. When you eat, your body breaks down carbohydrates into glucose, which is the main source of energy for your cells. Glucose travels through your bloodstream, ready to be used. Insulin, a hormone made by your pancreas, acts like a key. It unlocks your cells, allowing glucose to enter and be used for energy. In a healthy system, this process keeps your blood sugar levels stable and your body running smoothly. But in type 2 diabetes, two major things go wrong with this system. First, your cells stop responding properly to insulin. This is called insulin resistance, and it means the key doesn't work as well anymore. Second, over time your pancreas can't keep up with the extra demand for insulin. At first your pancreas works overtime, pumping out more and more insulin to try to force glucose into your cells. But eventually it gets worn out and can't make enough insulin to keep your blood sugar in check. As a result, glucose can't get into your cells where it's needed, so it starts to build up in your bloodstream instead. This leads to high blood sugar levels, which is the main sign of type 2 diabetes, and can cause a range of health problems if left untreated. It's important to realize that type 2 diabetes isn't just about eating too much sugar. It's about a complex system in your body that's starting to break down, often influenced by genetics, lifestyle, and other factors. Understanding how and why this breakdown happens is the first step toward preventing and managing type 2 diabetes effectively. So, let's dive deeper and explore the reasons behind this condition and what you can do about it. For decades, sugar has been cast as the main villain in the story of diabetes. The connection seems straightforward. Eat sugar, your blood sugar rises, and diabetes follows. This narrative is easy to grasp, and it's become deeply rooted in our collective consciousness. But is it really that simple? The truth is, our relationship with sugar is far more nuanced and complex than we often realize. Sugar is everywhere, woven into the fabric of our daily lives, and our bodies respond to it in ways that depend on many factors. Glucose, a simple sugar, is actually an essential fuel for every cell in your body. It's not inherently toxic or dangerous. In fact, without glucose, our brains and muscles couldn't function properly. The problem isn't sugar itself, it's how much, how often, and in what form we consume it. The real issue arises with the sheer quantity and context. Huge doses of added sugar, especially from processed foods and sugary drinks, can overwhelm your body's ability to manage blood sugar. These foods are designed to be hyper-palatable, making it easy to consume far more sugar than our bodies are equipped to handle. Over time, this overload can lead to weight gain, increased belly fat, and put a strain on your metabolism. This metabolic stress is a major factor in raising your risk for type 2 diabetes and other chronic diseases. But blaming sugar alone is like blaming rain for a flood without considering the strength of the levees. It's not just the presence of sugar, but the overall environment, your diet, lifestyle, and genetics that determines your risk. Natural sugars found in whole fruits come packaged with fiber, water, and a host of beneficial nutrients. This combination slows down sugar absorption, helps you feel full, and provides antioxidants and vitamins that support your health. In contrast, refined sugars in processed foods and drinks hit your system fast and hard, with no fiber or nutrients to buffer the impact. This rapid spike can stress your body's ability to regulate blood sugar. The real culprit isn't just sugar, it's the modern diet as a whole. Today's typical meals are high in calories, loaded with processed carbohydrates and unhealthy fats, and often lacking in fiber and essential nutrients. Focusing only on sugar can lead to misguided choices, like avoiding nutritious fruits while reaching for sugar-free processed snacks that may be just as unhealthy in other ways. The real story is about your entire metabolic environment, shaped by everything you eat, how much you move, how you sleep, and even how you manage stress. All these factors work together to influence your risk for diabetes. Demonizing one nutrient like sugar misses the bigger picture. It's the overall pattern of your diet and lifestyle that truly matters. So let's dig deeper and explore what's really driving the diabetes epidemic and how you can take control of your health. If sugar isn't the main culprit, what is? Insulin resistance. This is the silent process that sets the stage for type 2 diabetes, often years before diagnosis. The leading theory, excess fat inside muscle and liver cells gums up the insulin signaling pathway. It's not just visible fat but hidden fat, especially around organs and inside cells, that matters. Even people who look thin can have this TOFI, thin outside, fat inside problem. As fat builds up, cells stop responding to insulin, so the pancreas pumps out more. High insulin levels promote more fat storage and inflammation, a vicious cycle. Eventually the pancreas can't keep up, and blood sugar rises. This is the tipping point from prediabetes to diabetes. Understanding insulin resistance means we can intervene early, before the damage is done. Imagine for a moment that your body's cells are like cozy houses in a neighborhood, each with its own front door. Glucose, the sugar your body uses for energy, is like a steady stream of delivery trucks making their rounds, bringing important packages to every home. Insulin acts as the delivery driver, responsible for making sure each package gets inside the house safely and efficiently. In a healthy system, the delivery driver arrives, rings the doorbell, and the homeowner opens the door right away. The package, glucose, gets delivered inside where it's needed for energy. Everything runs smoothly, and the neighborhood stays calm and organized. But with insulin resistance, things start to change. The entryway to each house becomes cluttered with junk. Think of this as excess fat building up inside the cell, blocking the path to the door. Now, when the delivery driver rings the doorbell, the sound is muffled by all the clutter. The driver has to ring louder and more often. This is your pancreas working overtime, pumping out more insulin to get the same response. For a while, this extra effort works, but soon the neighborhood becomes chaotic. There are too many delivery trucks, glucose, and too many drivers, insulin, crowding the streets, all trying to make their deliveries at once. Eventually, the delivery drivers get exhausted, just like your pancreas can wear out from overwork. The doors barely open and fewer packages make it inside. Now, the delivery trucks start piling up on the street. Glucose can't get into the houses, so it builds up in your blood, leading to high blood sugar. The real problem didn't start with the trucks or the drivers. It began with the clutter, excess fat, blocking the doorbell and making it harder for insulin to do its job. This analogy helps us see why focusing only on sugar or glucose misses the bigger picture. The real issue is the buildup of fat inside your cells, not just the sugar outside. To truly address insulin resistance, we need to target the fat inside the cells. That's what's blocking the system and causing all the trouble. When you clear out the clutter, by making healthy lifestyle changes and reducing excess fat, the doorbell works again, the doors open easily, and the delivery system returns to normal. That's the real key to preventing insulin resistance and keeping your body's delivery system running smoothly. Now let's take a closer look at what else might be at play in this complex process. Science is revealing even more players in diabetes beyond sugar and insulin resistance. Chronic low-grade inflammation, often from visceral fat around organs, disrupts insulin signaling. This fat acts like an organ, releasing inflammatory molecules that worsen insulin resistance. Waist size can be a better risk indicator than weight alone. The gut microbiome also matters. Unhealthy gut bacteria can increase inflammation and affect blood sugar. A fiber-rich diet feeds good bacteria, offering protection. Researchers now see diabetes as a group of subtypes, not a single disease. Some people have more insulin resistance, others have more trouble making insulin. This opens the door to more personalized prevention and treatment. Lifestyle shapes your risk, and it's not just about food. Sleep and stress are powerful, often overlooked factors. Poor sleep disrupts hormones, lowers insulin sensitivity, and increases cravings for unhealthy foods. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which keeps blood sugar high and promotes fat storage. Exercise is crucial. Moving your muscles helps them use glucose without much insulin, reducing fat and inflammation. The best diet is one rich in whole foods, fiber, and healthy fats, not just low in sugar. It's about nourishing your body, not depriving it. These lifestyle factors work together, creating a powerful defense. Small, consistent changes matter most. Focus on the big picture: sleep, stress, movement, and real food. That's how you change your metabolic environment. Let's talk practical steps. What can you do with this knowledge? First, focus on food quality. Fill your plate with vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains. Cut back on processed foods and refined sugars, but don't fear fruit or natural carbs. Second, move more. Aim for 150 minutes of moderate activity a week, plus some resistance training. Building muscle improves insulin sensitivity. Third, prioritize sleep. Aim for 7-9 hours, create a relaxing routine, and address sleep disorders. Fourth, manage stress. Try meditation, nature walks, hobbies, or connecting with loved ones. These 4 pillars, nutrition, movement, sleep, and stress, work together to protect you. You don't need perfection, just progress. Every healthy choice helps clear the clutter inside your cells. Prevention and even reversal are possible. Start small, stay consistent. Your future self will thank you. We began by questioning the sugar story. The real villain is insulin resistance, driven by hidden fat, inflammation, and lifestyle, not just sugar. This is good news. Type 2 diabetes is largely preventable and in many cases reversible. The answer isn't a perfect diet or extreme exercise, but steady improvements in how you eat, move, sleep, and handle stress. Focus on adding fiber, finding movement you enjoy, prioritizing sleep, and managing stress. Every small step helps restore your body's balance. You're not powerless, your choices matter. The story of diabetes is complex, but you get to write the next chapter. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Take care of your body, and it will take care of you. Here's to a healthier, brighter future.